So the pin curls or the perm rods have been in my hair for, I want to say like 5 or 6 hours, and so it is time for me to now take them out and to do the brush out. So for the brush out, what you need is a paddle brush. This is just my simple Conair brush that I got at HEB. Some bobby pins just to keep everything in place, and then some holding spray. This is my favorite holding spray. It is Proclaim Professional Care Hairspray and Hot Thermal Styler. You can get this at Sally's. It's good for not only protecting your hair when you're putting heat in it, but it's also good for holding your hairstyles. And since I do have African American hair, I do not want to put a lot of hairspray in it because it can very easily dry it out and make it very hard to work through and deal with. So this is good. You don't need a lot of it, but it works really well for vintage styling, so I would definitely recommend that. Let's get started. So I have one rod, one little curl out already just to see how it took, and I think it took pretty well. So we are going to go ahead and take out all of the pin curls all around my head, and you kind of want to do it in such a way where you kind of slide it off the perm rod. Here you go. Got a little step there. You want to slide off the perm rod so you keep the curl in its proper place. And then, yeah, see? The curl took really well because it's still maintaining that really curly shape. So we're just going to do that all around the head. All of the pin curls have been taken out of my hair, and it is now time for me to run my fingers through them. Just see what they did. Just kind of run your hands through your hair like this until you are essentially curly Sue. Yeah, so it's looking very interesting. You want to run your hands through it and break up the curls. Just make sure that it took all over. Make sure there is no crunchiness. And there is not, which means I put the right amount of product in my hair, which is great. This is what it looks like without any brushing. It is a lot looser than usual because I did not have it set in my hair for the whole night, but that is okay. We can work with that. So we are going to take our paddle brush now, and we are going to start working with the curls. So I'm going to start on this side in the same sort of section that we used to curl it, and I'm going to brush it under like so, and you can brush it against your hand and like this as well. You want to brush it against your hand so you can kind of tame any sort of frizz that tries to get in there. You see this nice uniform curl. There we go. So this is getting what we want it to have. So since that was pretty easy actually, we're going to go ahead and start on a different section. Take your brush, brush it under, brush it against your hand. And brushing against your hand can also just do a good job of keeping the curl really formed, because if it didn't take the curl as well in that area, brushing it against your hand can really reinforce the curl pattern that you want. So going ahead and brushing this top section here, and then after you brushed all of that out, you want to take all of the hair that you've brushed so far and brush it together. So see what's going on here. I have a lot of volume in this area, so this is probably going to get pinned down. And then we're going to go ahead and start on this side and just go ahead and brush that out. And the bang area doesn't necessarily need as much brushing because it is going to begin to mold itself, see like it's doing now. Because I do have an African American, the texture of my hair is this way, I do not have to tease my hair, which is great because I think teasing can be extremely damaging to your hair if you don't take care of it right, especially if your hair has some tangling problems. The natural volume you have in your hair will be really great for 50 styles because they did have some volume in the way they set their bangs in 60 styles as well. So your hair is naturally teased. You don't have to do anything extra to it. Just working my hands through the last section. Brushing it out. Brushing out the top. Here we go. So this style is perfectly good to go outside in. If you would like, you can leave it like this, simply the way it is, or you can pin it back with a bobby pin if you like. I prefer the side of my hair pinned back just so we can bring out that style. Like so. And then if you have seen in any other tutorials, a lot of the girls have a dent in their hair that goes around the back like this. It's better for hair that's longer. It's easier for them depending on the kind of style they do, or if you have any like duckbill clips, really long silver clips, you can stick them in the back of your hair and spray it down so that way you can get that dent. For me, even if I'm not going out, if I just decide to stay inside and take selfies, which I do a lot, I'll just pin it down in the back to give it that effect. So let me go ahead and do that. There we go. See, that's a lot. It lays flat against your head. It's really cute. It's definitely something you can add a lot of accessories to. You can add flowers, hats, things like that. In fact, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some. You can put a flower in your hair. This is literally a flower that I bought at Hobby Lobby. See. I think it's really cute. And you just put a bobby pin on the little stem. I cut off the stem of the flower and then I put a bobby pin in it. So it would be easy to put in my hair. So this is a vintage hat that I bought from my local vintage shop. It's called Frock on Vintage and it is located down Guadalupe on the University of Texas campus. So I have this hat and I can stick it on like this. It looks nice just resting on the back of your head or on the crown of your head. It looks really nice too. It literally will fit with almost any vintage dress or separate set, any type of vintage clothing it will look nice with. So here is one style that you can go ahead and do. If you looked at my thumbnail, you will notice that I had a lot more curl to my set. That is because my hair was in the roller set overnight, which is why it took the curl a lot better. But generally I brush my hair out like this and then I kind of shake it up just to break up the curls a little more. It isn't really doing it like I'd hoped here. However, it still looks pretty nice. It's a lot bigger, a lot more full. So that is definitely one other thing you can do. If you want, you can take your bangs like this, just kind of push them forward to give a sort of victory roll effect. If you like, just stick a bobby pin in it. It's a very nice 40s style. If you'd like, I can do a tutorial on a proper vintage victory roll. Let's see. And I can do the same thing on the other side. So this is definitely something that you can add flowers to. Definitely a hairstyle that you can wear out anywhere. You can wear it in. It's very simple. It can be dressed up or it can be dressed down. So just a few vintage hairstyles like this that work really nicely with short, textured hair. It's great. I love it. And before I forget, you want to go ahead and spray your results with the hairspray. Remember, a little bit goes a long way. I think what I'm going to do is, since I like this particular style so much, is I am going to dress myself up and do some glamour shots. So I'll be back.
Ten your big ten to wait for the bell to ring. Ten your big ten, the toll of the bell. Aggravated, spare for days. I troll downtown, the red light place. Jump up, bubble up, what's in store? Love is the drug and I need the score. Showing up, hit and run. Boy meets girl when the beat goes on. Stitch it tight, can't shake free. Love is the drug, got a hook on me. Get that buzz. Love is the drug.
Thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. I am really enjoying how I look right now. Have a great day, guys. Stay awesome. Stay rad. Eat some brownies. Get some sleep. Take care of yourselves. Watch your favorite movie. Okay. Goodbye.